Hey everybody, Greg with Drifter Journey here. Today we're going to be talking about power stations. I have three different offerings here. We have a Powerworks model, an Ampace model, and the name brand Bluetti model here. Did get this one for no charge. We did get this one for no charge. We did pay full price for the Bluetti. So we got this first, and then these came later. This was second, and this just showed up today actually. I want to go over them. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of how much they cost and what might be a better option for you, and I'll tell you why we went with this one. So let's start with the cheapest, and I wrote these down. The cheapest per watt hour is the Powerworks. This is the PSE 701. It is currently going for $299 on Amazon. It has 540 watt hours of battery in it. If you are interested in any of these, we'll have links down below so you can click on them and purchase through those. If you do purchase through those links, we will get a small kickback, and we do appreciate it. So yeah, the Powerworks here, it has a 500 watt pure sine wave inverter in it. So that means you can run 500 watt items on the AC. So this guy here lights up, it tells you your charge. It would tell you how much output you got going, or input if you're charging it. From there is a LED light with a couple different settings. In the USB section, so for DC charging, you have a USB-C 100 watt, a USB Quick Charge 3, and then 4 of the 2.4 amp chargers for regular USB there. And then you have a standard kind of cigarette outlet over here, and a 12 volt 10 amp, which I still don't know what this is, but if you do, leave it in the comments. We've never used it. So we have had some time to use this one. It's been super handy for a backup battery. It has a nice little leather handle here, and they're not light, but it's not too hard to manage, and it doesn't take up a ton of space. I will note one thing, and I'm bummed about all these. They all have different charging port sizes. So the Bluetti, we actually have a 200 watt panel that we charge with, and it can't charge this one, and it can't charge this one. So you would have to buy the proper solar panel for the right one. So moving on from that one, so that was cheapest watt hours. We go to the Ampace, which is here. This one's currently listed at $400 on Amazon. It has a $50 coupon as of right now, making it $350. So at $400, it's 68 cents a watt hour, and at $350, it's 60 cents a watt hour. Do your math to double check. I just ran into the calculator real quick, but I feel pretty good about it. So this one, you go up to a 600 watt inverter instead of the 500 that you had over there. So it can run a little bit more power wise. The LED on it, wake it up. So it tells you your current capacity. LED is this nice big one across the front. Tells me how many watts are going out. Has a couple different settings. It gets really bright and flashes like crazy. So yeah, you got that. One thing I do like about this one, so when you turn on the AC, it tells me we have how many hours we can run what we're using, which I don't have anything plugged in right now, but if I was running something, it would say, oh, you have 3 hours to use on that, or whatever. So you got two AC outlets here, like I said, 600 watt. For your USB, you have a USB-C, and then you have two USB 1 options, and one USB 2, which is more power there. You come over here, you got a 12 volt cigarette outlet, and 2 more of those things that I don't know what they are. The one thing I do like about this one, I've never seen before, it has a jump starter option. It's sold separately, but you got a little flip open there, and they did send it to me, but there's just jumper cables, and they plug into that, and you can jump a dead battery with it. So instead of needing an extra portable jumper, it has that also. And then they have the option for an extended battery, which would plug in there, and it's a separate unit that you would be able to have more power. It's a nice looking package, the way it's set up. They got nice hardware. The little end pieces are pretty nice looking. They did a good job on it. All in all, it's a little heavier. This one does have 584 watt hours, so it is a little bit bigger than the last one I showed you. So yeah, that's not a bad option. And then we have the Bluetti. This one is the EB70S, the one that we did purchase. It is the most expensive of the three. This one goes for $569 currently. That's 80 cents per watt hour. It does obviously get bigger. It has more options though. So this one has an 800 watt inverter. So usually as you get into a larger battery capacity, you get a larger inverter. So it has 4 outlets, goes 800 watts. Same thing, tells you how much input, how much output, and what your battery's at. We got LED light, does 3 different things. Okay, and then over on the DC side, we have 2 100 watt USB-Cs. So that's fast charge. You get 2 3 amp USBs, 2 more of these guys that nobody knows what they are. Someone's gonna tell us in the comments. And then your standard 12 volt cigarette lighter option. And on this one, actually, there is a 15 watt wireless charging pad for your phones. It's pretty slow, so I usually just plug it in. But if you want a wireless charge, you can. So the handle on this is nice. It folds down, so it makes it a little bit smaller footprint. All in all, we're running 200 watts into it on the solar panel. That's sold separately. This was the one we paid for after doing a bunch of research at the time. I got a coupon on it. I believe that it was going to be the best for us for the long run. But now seeing some of these other options that are cheaper, you know, they might not have the name Bluetti or Jackery that are like the ones that are known for the industry. But we've been playing with this one for a while and it works just fine. So really comes down to what you want to spend. And if you wanted to go apples to apples on the Bluetti for the equivalent of these, they do have what's called the EB55. It has 537 watt hours. That's going at 93 cents a watt hour, but it does have a 700 watt inverter in it. So the most expensive for this size, but it does have a bigger inverter. So really you need to determine what you're gonna run to see how big of the inverter you need, how much battery you need to decide what size extra pack to have, and yeah, then choose from there. See what the accessories are. We do like that we can charge with the solar panel. These guys didn't have the solar panel available at the time, and I didn't get the solar panel for this one. So, you know, ultimately, figure out what's going to work best for you. If you have any questions, let us know. Leave them below. And yeah, if you do want to get one, buy it through our link. We would greatly appreciate it. It'll help us out a little bit. And let us know what you think of these. Thanks for watching.